Evolution, you know, as far as we're concerned, it's a myth. The Big Bang, another joke.
Science and religion are two sides of one coin. So it talks in the Baha'i faith about if religion was to go without science, then it would become just a superstition.
Scientific discoveries of recent times have not presented a problem to the truths in the Bhagavad Gita. God is greater than the greatest and smaller than the smallest. So, you know, science has its utility if it's used to know God, to reach God. So if you're trying to see the smallest thing, then eventually you'll come to see God. Yeah. If you want to see the greatest thing, then you'll come to see God then as well.
We've got so much to learn.
The psalmist said it beautifully. You know, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament is handiwork. Yeah, so God speaks to us through nature, and as he explores nature and God's limitless universe, is the more he's constrained to acknowledge that there must be a wonderful and all-powerful being, you know, behind this wonderful and complex universe.
Matter is eternal. I mean, otherwise, you either have faith in God, that God is the eternally existing origin of everything, and that everything is his energy, everything is his nature. We talk of nature. Whose nature? God's nature. Okay. Or you accept the faith of the scientist, which is that something came from nothing. You know, at some point in time, there was an absurdity, whatever they want to call it. You know,
Singularity.
A singularity. Yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry. Singularity.
Nobody said that there was no evolution.
They have no need to have conflict. All the conflict in the past always been misunderstanding on both parties, I believe.
What quantum physics is telling us about the world is very much in accord with Buddhism, because I mean, one thing Buddhism would say is that nothing is fixed. You know, everything is in process, and therefore nothing is permanent. And you know, quantum physics is saying quite similar things. You know, there is a brick. Yeah, it might seem solid, but actually it's not in reality.
In the past, if you read the literature and study the achievements that Muslims made in astrology, in maths, in science and other sciences, Muslims were at the top.
Science, as a means of understanding the world, is always having a bit of limitation. It's limited and restricted to what you can feel by your five senses. And that basically means the physical world we can study. But if anything is not physical, that you cannot study, is beyond our scientific explanation then.
The Bible's not a scientific book. It's also not a terribly precise book either, and leaves a lot of room for interpretation. And in any case, it's there to teach moral truths and not scientific truths.
They can't prove it. I mean, you know, they make these big statements, oh, this is how it all started. Okay, then just show us in some laboratory somewhere just how that happened, you know. Oh, just coming.